Hello everybody. Well, it's time for another lock comparing video, okay? And so I thought we'd do a little comparison between the Lockwood 3573 and the Lockwood 3571. Both of these locks are the same or identical. There's only one big thing that makes these locks different, okay? And I'll explain that, okay? So this one here is used on sliding doors. This one here is used on hinged doors. Okay, and both of these are what are known as deadlock or deadbolt, is what some people pronounce. Okay, so these are made by Lockwood as alloys. So they're both made in Australia. Okay, so you do get good quality. Okay, but the only problem is that they're not cheap. They're expensive and also they're heavy as well. Okay, so you've got a bit of weight to them. Alright, so both of these are 60mm back set mortise locks, okay, and they both come in satin stainless steel. That's the face plate and the striker plate, okay, which is the most common finish you'll see on these locks just about everywhere and every day. But you can get polished brass, antique copper, polished stainless, and of course matte jet black. Alright, so let's open these up, and I'll just get the lock bodies out, and we'll just take a little look at the lock bodies and just make some room here. Alright, so let's open these up. So we'll open up okay, so I'll just get the lock bodies out, and we'll just do a little comparison between the two here. Okay, just make sure it's on camera there. Alright. Alright. So first of all, both of these locks, they look identical. Okay, both the lock bodies do look the same. Okay, the difference is the bolt. Okay, I'll just turn these around and I'll place these on top of each other. The difference is just the bolt, this part here. Okay, so you might notice one is solid, one has these two little floating parts in it. Okay, these two parts are actually hooks that hook onto the actual striker plate when the door is shut to stop it sliding open. This one here is just a solid bolt, so this is like a deadbolt. Okay. And a deadbolt means that when the bolt is out, you cannot push it open or shim the lock open with anything like that. So they go dead when the bolt is projected out. Okay, so they're both the exact same. The difference is the bolt. Okay, and there is also a difference in price. There's about a $70 price difference between the two locks. Okay, all right. The one with the solid bolt, the retail price is around $200 just for the lock body. Okay, the one with the sliding bolt is about $270 for the lock body. Okay, now that is quite expensive. Okay, because because these are just expensive locks. They're not cheap. Okay, Lockwood's products are expensive. Okay, so but they both do take a commonly used cylinder, which is a 570 cylinder like this one here. Okay, this is an oval cylinder, and this is a 570 cylinder. This type of cylinder is used on these locks all day, every day, okay? And this one here is a Brava one. I don't have a genuine Lockwood one, but the genuine Lockwood ones are the same. The difference is just the branding. Okay, so this is an oval cylinder, okay? This cylinder is used on these type of locks, okay? And these type of locks here take what's called the Y-cam, okay? The Y-cam is what locks and unlocks the bolt. It allows the bolt to project out and retract when you lock and unlock it. Okay, and sometimes when you buy the lock, it will come with a cam. Okay, this one here, as you can see, it's got the Y cam right here. Okay, sometimes they do come with a lock, sometimes they don't. If they don't come with a lock, you can just ask the locksmith and they can supply you with one. Another thing they both take is the same turn adapter, which is this one here. This is what's known as the Y adapter. Okay, because the Y adapter does the exact same as the cam. Okay, it's just that it allows you to have a turn snip on the inside. Okay, so both of these would be suitable for entrance set. So entrance set is where there's a key on the outside and a turn snip on the inside. Okay, now both of these, of course, you might notice have a square end plate here. Okay, unlike the 3572 and the 3574, which has a round one. Okay, the 3472 had a square plate. Okay, but these ones here still have the square plate. Apparently they didn't change it to a round plate, but that doesn't really matter because you won't see this part because it will be covered up by the face plate, which is of course right here. This is your face plate. And of course, when that's on, this is all you're going to see from the side of the door. You'll just see that. That's all you're going to see. All right, so that's your faceplate there. It's the same for both of these, okay? And I will show you how the bolts. So what we'll do is we'll just pop these cylinder caps off, okay? These cylinder caps are just on there just to keep, so you don't get dust or rubbish in there, okay? Because you don't want to get that in the lock body because it can cause problems. All right, so I'm just going to use the cylinder, and I'm just going to project both these the bolts on these locks, and I'll show you what the differences are. Okay, so both of the bolts are now projected. I'll stand them up so you can see them. Okay, as you can see. Okay, I'll turn them this way so you can get a good view of them. As you can see, one is solid, one has these two hooks here. Okay, that's just the difference there. Okay, so this one here is used on sliding doors. This one here is used on hinged doors. Okay, and once again, it is a deadbolt. So when this is out, you can't push this back with your hand. Okay, so it goes dead once the bolt is out. So these locks cannot be shimmed open. Same for this one. You can't do anything. You can't push it back. Okay, so the bolts on these go solid once they're projected out. Okay, so that's quite good. All right, so these locks cannot be shimmed open. All right, and the bolts here are actually made of solid stainless steel. Okay, so you've got stainless steel bolts. Okay, now on the very early, the older ones, the 3371 and the 3373, the bolts were actually made out of brass. These ones here are stainless steel. Okay, and also the lock bodies on the older ones were orange. These are grey. Okay, and these are made out of die cast. Okay, these faceplates are actually made out of stainless steel. The whole mechanism inside is all stainless steel. Okay, so you got all stainless steel parts, but you got a die cast lock body. Okay, so this is all you'd see from the side, and when this projects out, it catches into the striker plate and the door cannot slide open. This one here catches into the frame and the door cannot be pushed or pulled open. Okay, so that's how it works. This one here you can't use on sliding doors because it doesn't have the hooks. It wouldn't work. Okay, you'd still be able to slide the door open. This one here is not really suitable for hinge doors. It's mostly only for sliding doors. Okay, so this one here for sliding doors only. This one for hinge doors only. All right, so that's just the difference there. Okay, now I do have individual videos on these locks. Okay, if you've not seen them, you can go back and take a look. Okay, now both of these you can use with a scutcheon furniture, okay, which is just like a little escutcheon that goes over the cylinder like so. Okay, you can use them with rose escutcheons, which are a round escutcheon that you just put over the top. There's also square ones as well. Okay, or you can use these with plate furniture. Okay, now there are different types of plate furniture depending on what you're doing. You've got the the standard rectangular plates, and then you've got the square plates, which are known as the artifact plates. Okay, but they do the same thing. Okay, I've got some plates out just to show you. Okay, this one here is the wrong type, but this is just an example. This one here is the one with the cylinder hole. This would be used on the outside. Okay, now this one here's got 2 cylinder holes. That's because this is a dual entry plate. This plate's not suitable for these locks. Okay, it's only suitable for the latching locks. Okay, not the deadbolts, but this is just an example. Okay, and this one of course would go on the outside because there's no screw holes. Okay, so basically that would just go over the top like that. Okay, except it would have only 1 cylinder hole, not 2 cylinder holes. But this is, like I said, it's just an example. And on the inside, you would have a plate like this with a turn snip. This one here has the disabled turn snip, but generally for this, you'd be using the one with the standard turn snip. Okay, this one here is a 1938, but the one you'd use would be 1906. Okay, but this would go on the inside of the door, so you can lock and unlock from the inside. So you simply just turn. So with entrance seat, on the inside, you simply lock and unlock. Okay, from the outside you simply just come along with the key, put the key in, turn the key, retract the bolt, and then of course you can enter. Okay, so that's basically how it works. Okay, so they're the plates there. Okay, now these are the square plates. You can get round plates where it's round. Okay, and you can also get the artifact plates. The artifact plates are actually flat. They don't protrude out like this. They're actually a flat plate. Okay, that's the difference there. Okay, they can be rectangular or square. Okay, and the artifact plates are more expensive actually, and these aren't cheap either. These plates are expensive as well, so keep that in mind. Okay, it depends on which one you get, but they're all expensive. Okay, This one here is about $90. This one here, about 100. You're looking at about $135. Okay, so that's how much they are. They're not cheap, but you do get good quality because these are solid and also they're weighty. These are made out of solid brass that's stainless steel plated. Okay, so these are very good quality. Lockwood have been doing this for many years. Okay, and sometimes these can get a bit corroded on the back, but that doesn't really matter because you won't see that. Okay, that only happens on the inside, not the outside of the plate. The outside will always stay like this. Okay, and once again, these are in satin stainless steel. You can get them in polished brass, polished stainless, black, and of course antique copper. All right, so those are your plates there. Okay, and whenever I like to install locks like this, I like to use the plate furniture just because it looks nice. Okay, and it's more solid. Okay, and it's more uniform. Okay, so that's why I'd rather use these over the rose furniture and over the escutcheon ones. Okay. Okay. Now I have done videos on these that I've installed before. Okay. And I use the full size plate furniture for it. All right. So let's put these off to the side. Okay. All right. So both of the locks come with the same type of faceplate. As you can see, it just has a hole for the bolt. There is no dead latching pin on here. That's because these don't have it, because they're dead bolts. They don't need a dead latching pin. Okay, only the latching locks do. Okay, depending on which one you get. The 3572 is the one with the dead latching pin. The 3574 just has a latch with no dead latching pin. So that's the difference there. All right, so that's your striker plate, and of course face plates, and this is your striker plate. Okay, this goes on the frame. Sometimes these come with a strike keeper, sometimes these don't. These didn't come with a strike keeper. The face plate and the striker plate are the same for both locks, so basically they do interchange. You can buy these separate, so if you've lost one or one is broken, you can simply just buy it as a spare part. Okay, you can buy them from any locksmith. Okay, and you can buy these parts on their own. Okay, but generally speaking, when you buy these, you have to purchase the lock body, the plate furniture, and the cylinder all separate. That's the way it all goes. Okay, sometimes you can get them as a kit where you get everything you need. Okay, and you can also get the screws as a separate part. So these faceplate screws you can buy separately from the locksmith if you lost one. Okay, they do have a bit of Loctite on there, which is that blue stuff, so it doesn't come loose. Okay, you do also have your cylinder retaining pins there. They hold your cylinder in and your turn adapter, and these are also available as a replacement part that you can buy separate. So if one's missing or you've lost it, okay, you can simply just buy one. Okay, and that's essentially everything that comes in the kit suited for the entrance function. Okay, now there is also escape functions available. The escape functions function very similar to these, except the difference is that they cannot be undone they cannot be relocked from the inside. Okay, so for example, if this was an escape lock, you would most likely have the disabled turn snib on it. Okay, you would have the disabled turn snib on the lock. Okay, sometimes might be in a cylinder like this, which is called a case fixed turn. Okay, and so what that does is that you can the disabled turn snib will be able to unlock the lock, but it won't be able to relock it. Okay, so if somebody I've seen those used. They're escape locks, okay? So if somebody were to walk up to it and try to lock it from the inside, they'll find that this will do nothing, okay? And a lot of people might think it's broken, but no, it's because it's meant to do that, okay? Because it's not designed to be locked from the inside. So with the escape ones, you can only lock them from the one side, okay? But they do that deliberately to stop people from locking the door, okay? So you probably might find that being used on probably public toilets sometimes to stop people locking it from the inside. Okay, so they can undo it from the inside, but they can't relock it from the inside. Okay, so you've got to relock it with the key. So that's the escape function. Okay, and the escape functions are actually a lot more expensive than these. Okay, believe it or not, they actually cost more. Okay, so because in the escape function, the bolt here has a chunk missing out of it, so the turn adapter's cam won't catch on it. Okay, so that's how it works. Okay, so that's how the escape model works, but otherwise it's the same thing. Okay, and the escape model only comes in one function, as where these ones you can get in six functions. Okay, so you can get them in entrance, privacy, passage, glass door, half cupboard cylinder, and half cupboard turn. Okay, they're the functions that you can get the standard lock in. With the escape one, it's only one function, which is just escape set, where it has the key on the outside and the turn snip on the inside like an entrance set, except you can't relock it on the inside. So that's why they're designed like that. So it stops, I think it's just they do that so that way people who can't lock themselves in or lock people out. Okay, it's very similar to a classroom set where you have the handle on the outside and the key on the outside, and the inside has just a handle and no turn snip, so that its function's very similar to that in some ways. Alright, so okay, now both of these locks are a 60mm back set. So the back set is from the edge of the door to the center here. Okay, that's your back set. Okay, these locks generally come in 3 different types of back sets. They're, the 60mm is the most common. You'll see that just about everywhere. But there is also a 90mm back set, which would probably be about out to where this part will probably be about out to here. And there is also a 127mm back set where it will probably be out to about here. Okay, those back sets are very uncommon. I've not seen them. Okay, but they are out there. Okay, so they're very uncommon. All right, and they're more expensive too. Okay, so if you're buying a mortise lock, you might as well just buy the 60mm one because it's going to be a lot cheaper. Okay, only the 90 and the 127 are sold to places that do need them, but they are more expensive. Okay, but they do exist. Okay, but they are very uncommon. Okay, you probably might see the 127mm locks being used in some operable walls, par stores from Lotus, I think. But that's really the only time I've seen them, really. Okay, any other time they're just very rare. Okay, and they're more expensive. Okay, and generally they are bought to order, or they could even be made to order. Okay, but it's the same lock basically. All right. What else haven't I told you about these? Okay, but as you can see, the block body's side by side, exactly the same. So they're the same height. Okay, the part here on the side here is the same. Okay, all the holes are in the same place. The screw holes are in the same place. Okay, the cylinder hole is in the same place, as you can see. Okay, so they're both the same. The difference is just this part, the bolt. Okay, so would I use one over the other? Well, it depends on what type of door you're putting it on. If you're using a sliding door, you need to use this one. If you're using a hinge door, you need to use this one. Okay, that's just the difference there. So you can't really interchange them. Okay, so you can't use this one on a sliding door because the bolt has no hooks. Okay, because if you were to put that one on there, what would happen is it wouldn't hold on to the strike and you'd still be able to slide the door open. Okay, and it defeats the point. Okay, this one here is not really suitable for hinge doors, although it will go on there, it will work. It's not really suitable, so you're better off just using this one. Okay, because this one has the hooks to catch onto the striker plate to hold the door shut. All right, but they both do take the same cam, which is the Y cam and the Y adapter. They're the only parts that interchange. Okay, the cylinders interchange. Okay, the plates interchange. Okay, and the face plates and the striker plates interchange. The only parts that don't interchange is the bolt. Okay, but otherwise they're the same. Okay, and I think that's basically all there is between the two locks. Okay, so I think that's the only difference. The only difference here is just basically the bolt. So one is solid, one has hooks. Okay, and also the price, $30, a $70 difference between the two locks. All right, so that is essentially all there is to these locks. So that is the Lockwood 3573 versus 3571. Okay, Synergy deadbolt mortise locks for hinged and sliding doors, and that'll be it.